How do you record a podcast, and how do you distribute and market it? In this video, we've put together a step-by-step guide on how to record a podcast remotely and get it right. Why should you even consider starting a podcast? Well, podcasts have become ever-present in today's digital age. According to reporting and analytics platform DemandStage, there are over 5 million podcasts in the world with 70 million episodes and 465 million listeners between them. So, how do you get in on the action? How do you record a podcast? Let's get started with step one. The first step is to choose the right software. There's really great options out there like Riverside.fm, Buzzsprout, or Podbean. Each platform has its own advantages and disadvantages, so it's important to do your research and choose the one that best fits your needs. Here at Memberful, we've really enjoyed using Riverside.fm to record our interviews. For more in-depth information on software and hosting, check out our article on the best podcast website for hosting and distribution. We'll add the link in the description box below. Step number 2, test your equipment before recording your podcast. This includes your microphone, headphones, and camera. Make sure everything's working properly, and also make sure your internet connection is strong and stable. One of the most common issues with podcast recording is poor audio quality. To avoid this, make sure you have a good quality microphone and that it's positioned correctly. You may also want to invest in some noise-canceling headphones to help eliminate any background noise. Here at Memberful, we use the Shure MV7 microphone and the Sennheiser HD280 Pro headphones. Step number 3 is to set up a quiet recording environment. Find a quiet room with minimal background noise and make sure to close all doors and windows to reduce noise from outside. To help reduce echo, choose a room with soft furnishings and, if possible, carpeted flooring. The next step is to set the stage. Make sure you're happy with your setup, you have a glass of water nearby, and you're sitting in a comfortable chair. Perhaps the most important preparation is to make sure you feel comfortable and at home. And don't forget to test your audio levels to make sure your voice is coming through loud and clear. Now that you're all set up, it's time to record a podcast. Make sure to take breaks if needed, and don't be afraid to pause and re-record whenever you need to. This will ensure you have high-quality audio that will be easy to edit later on. Here's a little tip to remember when you're recording your podcast. Try to avoid too many sentences that refer to earlier parts of the conversation, such as, "Yes, as we said earlier," or "as we discussed before." Avoiding those kind of phrases makes it easier in post-production to move around individual clips as needed. Once you've finished recording your podcast, it's time to edit and post-produce. This includes adding intro and outro music, editing out any kind of mistakes or unnecessary pauses, and adding any other sounds or special effects that you would like to include. And finally, it's time to publish your podcast. Make sure to optimize your content for SEO and share your podcast on social and beyond to increase your reach and visibility. Your podcast title and description should accurately reflect what your podcast is about. Providing a transcript can improve your SEO by making your podcast more accessible to search engines. By following these steps, you can ensure that you record a high-quality podcast that is easy to edit and publish. We hope that this video has been helpful in getting you started with podcast recording. Remember, the most important thing is to have fun and be creative. Happy podcasting!